What's up, Cryptosomniacs? This is Jason. How you guys doing today? It is another rough day in the market, but I did see a couple of bright spots, and wanted to make sure that that my community was aware of that, and just wanted to go over. I haven't been covering a lot of news lately because I thought you guys were just here for the TA, but it seems like maybe you guys were enjoying it when I was going over a little bit more news. So noticed a few things in the market today in the news that I thought were relevant that I want to talk about and just kind of go over a little bit. And then, of course, we'll jump in and do some charting because I know that's what you're here for, right? Anyways, let's just get into it, guys. Welcome. What's happening? Tetra Dragon, Chris Phoenix, Icon, hello. Him again for the win. What a great name. That's awesome. Finn Push and Every Down RB over on Twitter. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me today. Happy you guys are here, and grateful that you're watching Cryptosomniac. Anyways, let's get into it. Crypto's not dead. Every down RB says crypto is dead. Crypto is not dead, and that is actually what I wanted to talk about with these news articles. I saw a number of things that I have been as susceptible to FUD as any others, and I know I come on this channel and sometimes I'm a little in the doldrums. So I saw some bright spots today that I was just like, listen, this is stuff we need to talk about, because ultimately, as the market does continue to go down, a lot of people are losing faith and becoming short-sighted. So let's look into some of the things, and yeah, let's just get into it. So more currencies on the market than ever before. 1,935, definitely creeping up there. Super low market cap today. We have dropped under the 200 billion mark at a dismal 192, and our 24-hour volume is also garbage at only $11 billion. Bitcoin dominance nearing 60% as the down market continues, and I think a lot of capital is flying from the altcoins into Bitcoin. Jeanette over on Twitter says, I'm tired. Everyone says get out of crypto. I'm tired of it. Jeanette, here's what I would say. There's a lot of people that got into crypto because they just heard about it in December, and they don't realize that it's been around almost 10 years and that it gets pronounced dead a lot. Crypto's over. It happens all the time. But it's so weird because it's still here and it's bigger than ever before. Let's get into that a little bit. So specifically, I thought this was very interesting. And Jeanette, I think this probably speaks a little bit to your point. Did you know that 72% of cryptocurrency investors plan to buy more crypto this year? Is that you? Is that me? Is that all of us? Right? So this was a survey that was done among almost 2,500 retail investors and roughly 530 accredited investors, and found that although they have lengthened out their estimated time for widespread adoption, everybody was saying by 2020 before, it is now pushed out to 2025. The majority of cryptocurrency holders are not only planning on holding what they've got, they are planning to acquire more cryptocurrency this year. So that should restore a little bit of confidence that, not everybody is going, oh, forget this stuff, I'm out of here, and running and, throwing their hands in the air. That's pretty bold. So yeah, just look at the graphic here. Like, a significant portion higher, and it's still not even that low compared to, look at this. Yeses, so this was in January of 2018. This is in July of 2018. So actually more people plan to buy more cryptocurrency now than did earlier in the year. So that definitely gives me some confidence in the crypto markets, and hopefully will help you guys feel a little bit better about the positions that you have taken. So that was one that I wanted to touch on. Next one is this. This is huge. There is a consortium of major crypto companies that are starting a lobbying firm. And there's all this money in the market. Should I say this? There's all this money going around the world, and a lot of it is being focused by special interest groups, right? So we have this all over the United States. We have lobbying groups for the auto industry. We have lobbying groups for, name it. We've got lobbying groups for anything, and they're all specifically going to Capitol Hill to try to push forward their own agenda. There's a number of blockchain funds that have all started to band up and are going to be doing the same thing. So I say all the time that I think regulation coming into the market would be a good thing, at least in the near term, to help the majority of people become more familiar with crypto, maybe be a little bit less afraid of it. So this kind of thing excuse me, this kind of thing is also huge. If we're going to have, if there's people everywhere from Coinbase to a number of other exchanges all banding together and going to lobby for crypto, I think that bodes well for crypto in the near future as well. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. Banger Committee, what's up, man? Ryan Jack, my favorite troll. And Brian Harris, what's happening? Tetra Dragon, I already said what's up. Let's see. I'm forcing myself not to fork some of my Bitcoin for cheap altcoins. It's still a prevailing down market. I would be cautious with the altcoins, but I did have a couple that I saw that might be a good play. We'll get to that. Let's see. Buy ETH on the next capitulation, not financial advice. That's not a bad from Banger Committee. I will say this. I've got some buy orders at ETH at about 150. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I get those and just get a bounce play and sell when it comes back up to where it is now. I don't know, but maybe I just accumulate more ETH and hold. So let's talk about that a little bit. I think, ETH's price has been taking a beating lately. Here, let me close this out. Let's just get over to the charts, huh? So ETH's price has been taking a beating lately. I looked at this earlier, and it was down below 170, which is crazy, or like right around 170. And it just continues to dump. And I unfortunately think that this is going to continue to happen. I think that Ethereum's price is, in the near term, due for a beating. Again, just because I know a number of, we work with a number of different ICOs. I go to a lot of conferences. I talk to a lot of people, and what I can tell you is a lot of the people that have done their raise in Ethereum are now going, we have to sell this for fiat now to protect our capital so that we can actually operate. So I think, unfortunately, we should see a little bit more of that in the near term, for better or for worse, and I would anticipate that. However, it does lead, Ethereum pretty ripe for some swing trades, or at least for some low bounce plays. So, historically, you'd want to go in and just look at what were the support levels. Unfortunately, in this case, we got to go way back, way back. So let's just do that right now. And I'll probably have to correct these when I zoom in, but is that pretty accurate? No, it's a little bit high. There we go. And let's go all the way back in the Wayback Machine. Where's my other end? There we go. So we do show some pretty good historic support at this level. I think if I was looking to make bounce plays on it, again, like I said, that 150 area is looking pretty good. It bounced right off that before, anywhere in that area, 150, 160-ish. I think our next big support is going to be that. If the thing with Ethereum is it doesn't have a lot of time to develop strong supports at these levels because it just went gangbusters last year. Whoops. Through the pump and back to reality. Okay, so I would say these are our next supports right here, right? So we've got some support, decent support at the 160. It's kind of a weak support. There's a little bit more support at that 120 level. So I think there could be a lot of opportunity to play some swings or bounces within that. Honestly, guys, if this was last year, this everything on this chart would tell me to buy ETH right now. This would tell me to buy ETH right now based on this. I mean, look at it. It's way oversold. MACD is about to post about to post a bull cross, or so it's looking like. Again, want to take that into some smaller intervals to confirm. Yeah, look at that. Already posted a bull cross there. And looks like it is maintaining that momentum decently. Not a ton of volume coming in, though. So, yeah, that would be... I would like to see some more volume coming in that's not red. But yeah, like I said, I mean, honestly, guys, this chart would be telling me to buy ETH right now if this was last year. Unfortunately, because I think more ICOs have more fire sailing to do on their token raises, that I suspect we do see more downwards movement for Ethereum in the near term. But this is where I'd be looking to set for bounce plays specifically. And if you want to know more about that, we can talk about it over in the Cryptosomniac Advantage. We've got a whole community over there. You guys can reach out to me directly, and we can actually even just have a conversation. How do you join the Cryptosomniac Advantage? You go on over to cryptosomniac.com, click the little rocket up there in the right corner, and you can join 14 days for free right now. So just so you know, if you are interested in getting involved with any of the TAs you see on this channel, want to have direct conversation with them, you can do so over there. All right, let's see. What else? Trying to accumulate ETH and Litecoin currently. Hey, Ryan, you can accumulate whatever you want, man. Just because I am sour about Charlie Lee does not mean that if you think Litecoin is a solid use case and the price is looking resilient, that is not a good choice for you. Again, guys, nothing we do on this channel is financial advice. We are not financial advisors. We are just active traders, and we try to share our knowledge with the community, help you guys get the kind of knowledge that we have. Our ultimate goal is just to have an entire community full of people that can all see this kind of stuff, because it's impossible to watch all these charts at the same time, and everybody likes different projects. So if everybody in the community is watching a different one and saying, hey guys, I see this coming up, that sounds like an awesome kind of community to be involved in me. So that's really what we're shooting for there. All right. Oh, it's love. I know, Ryan. I'm just giving you a hard time, bro. I'm just giving you a hard time, man. All right. So let's see here. Sun King says $50 ETH. I mean, if you would have told me that 2 months ago, I would have said you're out of your mind. But it's certainly in the realm of possibility at the rate that it is going. You know, with that, I would say, what did you get in at, right? What did you get into ETH at? And look at that, whether your dollar cost averaged into it, et cetera, and just figure out where to set your stop loss, guys, because ultimately it's how much risk reward. If you got in on ETH when it was $7, this really, I mean, depending on how much you got, this price doesn't matter. I mean, it was great when it was $1,200, but it's also still not bad when it's $181 right now. Depending on when you got in, though, right? If you bought all your Ethereum at the beginning of the year, trying to invest in ICOs, then I can imagine you are probably feeling the squeeze. So, you know, like I said, you've got to assess your own risk to reward ratio. Anyway, all right. So, yeah, Bitcoin is showing some resilience, but again, I think this was just a little bit of an attempt by the whales to restore some confidence as it comes, you know, continues on our prevailing downtrend, guys. I mean, realistically, before I moved this, when I had this one over here, you know, basically it just comes up and it just bounces off that every time. So I suspect, you know, this we will probably see. We found a nice floor here at about the 6,200 range, 6,260, 6,250, and I suspect we'll continue to bounce off that in the very near term, you know, maybe for the next several days, maybe a week, but I suspect we're not getting any higher than this trend line here. I think it's going to hit that and bounce off every time before it finally decides to break down a little bit further and bring us back into that 54 to 5,800 range that we have been targeting. So not the best news, but I do think that is what is going to happen based on what the chart is telling me, and as a result, I will be setting my stop losses accordingly. All right, what else? There were a couple of things I did see that were looking good to me. Bear with me just a moment so I can look at my little cheat sheet. Oh, actually, let's go back over to the news real quick, because there was a couple other topics. Again, guys, I'm feeling in a positive mood, and I want to spread some positive news. I have one awesome thing I got to show you, which is great, and then you know, just this is everyone is starting to come to grips with the fact that this stuff is not going away. The blockchain is here, cryptocurrency is here, it exists, it's not going away. It's going to happen in one form or another. So ultimately, I think governments and regulatory bodies are realizing this and are starting to, you know, realize we've either got to adapt or it's going to run away from us, because that's the real thing, guys. I don't know how many of you guys really understand that, like, the fact that if it truly is a decentralized technology, that means nobody can go in and shut it down, right? So do you guys know about Augur, right? REP is the ticker for that. Did you know that that is a fully decentralized prediction market, right? Which effectively means you can bet on the outcome of all kinds of different events. And the world got really scared when they realized that you could potentially set up hits on there, and I'm saying mafia hits, because you could bet a certain amount of money that said the certain person was going to live till a certain time, and somebody that was willing to take the counter bet to that, aka get paid to do something terrible, can do so, and there's literally nothing anyone can do about it because it's decentralized. Nobody operates it. So that is a little bit scary, but when you take that into the monetary unit, it means that there's not one unit that decides what's best, meaning one regulatory body or one government that decides what's best and then prints more money or manipulates interest rates to get their own best result at the detriment, I might say, of everybody else. So anyways, this is a long roundabout rant way to say that, there's the regulatory bodies are realizing it and are trying to figure out how to take advantage of it, or at least how to get involved, or at least not how to get left behind. So the European Commission Vice President said these things are here to stay, and they plan to actually enact some regulations before the end of 2018. I think, knowing that it's a government, if it works anything like the United States government, I think it's a lofty goal to get a law passed in that short of amount of time, but I don't really know anything about European law, so I could be totally wrong. Maybe they just snap their fingers and everything works. So anyways, that's another thing that I thought was positive in the news that I thought everybody should know about in case they hadn't seen it. All right, Aaron says, Jason, thanks for the crypto pep talk. Litecoin actually looks better than ETH from a tech standpoint. Are we allowed to join the Discord without joining the Advantage? Yes, you can join the Discord. Well, you've got to sign up on Cryptosomniac. So you can. You don't have to pay for an Advantage membership to join the Discord, but you do have to create an account on Cryptosomniac.com. And then once you go into here, into the account, I'm not signed in right now, but there's a little button over on the left side that'll give you the link to the Discord server. So you can do so for free and check it out, and you'll get in there. I will say this: the free lounge does not have access to the majority of the good stuff. Realistically, we've got all of our short-term, mid-term, long-term channels locked up. We've got Trader Talk locked up. We've got the majority of the good stuff locked up. So you don't get in there until you're a Full Moon Lounge member, but you can at least get involved in community discussion. Look at the resources if you want to see some of the stuff that we help to teach trading strategies, things like that. So it is available, Aaron, and you can check that out just over at Cryptosomniac.com. And worst case scenario, man, you can jump into the server and you can try the Advantage free for 14 days. And as long as you cancel before your 14 days bills, you're under no obligation. You just cancel, and that's that. Very easy. So anyways, back to that. Didn't mean to turn into a commercial real quick. Wanted to get back to the charts here. Yeah, I don't know if Litecoin looks better than Ethereum from a tech standpoint. Until they can implement smart contracts, I don't think so. But it does actually, I mean, the transaction times are fast. Listen, I don't hate Litecoin. I just hate on Litecoin. I think it actually is a reasonable, it's got as much of a chance to get adopted as anything else in the market right now, besides maybe Bitcoin. I'm just mad at Charlie Lee for fudding his product and selling all of his shares. So, it could happen, but I just think it was poor management by the leaders. I've been on that rant a million times, guys. I don't need to get into that again. Anyway, all right. So one thing I should draw to you guys' attention. So we did a video covering OKCoin recently. I don't know how many of you guys saw that. Recently launched in California, and you can margin trade on there if you are a California resident. They will be expanding that to other United States states very soon. One of the few exchanges that does allow Americans to margin trade. Very cool. In the interest of being transparent and also trying to inform my community, I want to let you guys know about something I did read in the news today that was a little concerning, at least at first glance. The founder of OKCoin and OKEX was detained for fraud charges in China, which is not exciting news, right? So upon reading into this a little bit further, apparently none of this is related to OKEX or OKCoin. This is all related to another project that they have called WFI coin here, and where he was a shareholder, but they are apparently investigating fraudulent claims relating to that company. However, a little bit scary for users of OKEX and OKCoin just because he is one of the founders of the project. So yeah, definitely something I wanted to draw you guys' attention to. We may be doing some more coverage of them down the road, so obviously I will grill them about this if they ever reach out to us again. I just thought it was an interesting exchange to trade on. loving the fact that I can trade as an American with leverage without having to do anything shady. And overall, I was like, great, this is awesome. But this does give me a little bit of cause for concern, so wanted to be transparent and let you guys know about that. All right, so let's see. What did I see today? Well, guys, this is what I saw here. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see on Monero right now? Somebody complained to release. Yeah, I will say this, Sun King. That is also something that I think the crypto community would do a little bit better on. Instead of reading a headline and then selling everything, is doing a little bit of actual research into it and finding out, because when people were like, oh my god, was it KuCoin or Huobi? I can't remember which one. I think KuCoin, but their offices are empty and there's no one ever been there, and do you know how many businesses operate out of a virtual office? There are a number of offices or people that you would think are professionals with an actual office, and they probably have a receptionist and staff. No, they don't. They work out of a WeWork or their home or a coffee shop or whatever, and they have a post office box, or they've registered at a certain place. So that didn't freak me out entirely when people were saying, oh my god, there's nobody in the office, it's got to be FUD. And I think that's something that the community could benefit more from. Actually, don't just knee-jerk react. Make sure you do a little bit. It's kind of like if you read a headline on Facebook and then you don't Snopes it first, and you look like a jackass because you posted something that's a total fake news, and then your friends call you out on it. It's kind of like that. Only in this case, you end up, you could trigger panic sells, and it's not good for the market. So again, also, just in your own personal interest, it's never good to sell out of a thing. What if you sold all of your tokens and then found out that it was a lie, and then everybody else said, oh great, well I held on to mine and the price pumps. So you get what I'm saying. Don't just react. Make sure you do your research. All right. ETH sell-off from ICOs. Yeah, well, we already covered that, so I don't think I need to get into that again, but you were right, Brian. I think that is accurate, and I think that we will continue to see ETH take a beating in the near term based on that. So here's what I want to say, guys. I covered this the other day, and I still think so. Monero is stupid dumb cheap right now, and it's in a falling wedge. Look at that. So it had a nice little price pump here end of August up through the last little run, and has actually been pretty resilient when compared to the majority of other coins. When you look at them after the last pump, they've precipitated off pretty rapidly. Monero does a pretty good job of holding its value. Again, it has been losing value over the long term as the bear market wears on, but that's looking pretty good to me. So here's what I would say if I were going to play this. I would be looking to enter a position anywhere from these wicks here. In fact, I would even say any of these wicks here. So from 161, 17, 41, and I would be willing to enter this position anywhere up to 165.0695. That's Satoshi value, guys. And then I would have my stop loss there at 161. What are we at there? Make that 160.8625. Now make that 160.3950. I'll take a little bit more of a gamble on that one. Yeah, so that's how I'd play that. I'd be looking to make those exits at just in accordance with these wicks here, guys. So basically look to exit a portion of your position here, and I would be looking to be out of this trade no later than at about 181.3740. Unless, like me, you're just looking to add more Monero to your bag, in which case, if that's the only case, then I would actually be putting those buys in down closer to that 147,000 sats range, and just wait for it to come to you, because it could come down. Anyway, so I saw that, and then I also saw Stellar has been having a great day. Look at this. Several days in a row, Stellar has hit a buy signal on the wave trend cross. Now, they have unfortunately been false buy signals, but look at that. Buy signal, and then it fell. Buy signal, maintain value. Buy signal, just can't get the volume to push. But it looks like there is enough community interest in Stellar that, again, it's been pretty resilient over the year. I do still see it here in this descending triangle, which generally is a bearish pattern. I could expect it to break down a little bit more, but it has held up pretty well, and this is one I would consider if you were in the position. Basically, if you got into this position, anything below 3,000 Satoshis, I would be looking to take profit around, I would start taking profit at about, start taking profit about 33.16, and I'd look to be out of that trade entirely by 34. So that is what I would say on that. But Stellar was looking decent, and yeah, I guess that's, oh, it's not it. I thought it was it. There's one more, guys. So I got, yes, oh man. So first of all, I want to say, MM Crypto, Bulletproof. Bulletproofs are going to be live from Monero on the testnet this month. I just got a signal on that today. So super pumped on that. Also, guys, just a little teaser here. Have you guys ever seen the Monero GUI wallet? This thing is sick. But it does take forever to download the blockchain. So I'm actually going to do a full walkthrough video on this, from setup and going through how to utilize it. It's actually pretty similar. It's pretty similar to other crypto wallets, but it's just dope, and it's Monero, and you guys know I love Monero. So just wanted to give you a little sneak peek of the Monero GUI wallet, and I will be doing a walkthrough on that in the very near future. So keep an eye out for that if you are a Monero fan. All right, let's see here. Looks like the people who sold Bitcoin after the fake news from Business Insider news. Yeah, Joey, I think that's right. Is Sam going to update again? Even a quick weekly? Yeah, Sam will. Sam, so guys, as you know, Sam had some troubles. You know, he had some troubles. We don't need to get into it here. You guys know what it is. But as Sam did get into, he's been going through it, and he's been slowly on the road to recovery. And bit by bit, he is coming back. So he's been doing a lot of work on the back end. You know, helping me stay on top of emails and you know, just help do a lot of the business stuff. But he will be streaming more often, and you're going to start seeing one report a month specifically from Sam. So Amal's going to start doing reports. I'll have reports. Sam's going to have reports. So those you have one a month, so you'll be able to interact with Sam on that. And like I said, he will be slowly coming back to the streams. So yeah, keep an eye out for him. Obviously, guys, if you have not done so yet, like and subscribe, right? Smash that, smash a thumbs up, first of all, if you're enjoying the content. Always appreciate that. And yeah, just make sure to hit your little notifications button. So you'll get the email, and every time you get the email, it pops up with whoever's face is in the thumbnail. So you'll know when Sam comes on, as long as you are got your notifications on. But yeah, he will be coming back more, and he will be, mostly he's just going to do little like larger market updates, things like that. He's not going to get quite as into the weeds with the technical analysis and stuff like I do. Anyway, all right, let's see. You make the entry position sound so easy. What if it hit and it never dips again? So how I made my answer to that is, this is trading, man. This is basically glorified gambling, realistically. I mean, I call crypto, it's like bet on a horse race, right? Because if you bet on a horse, again, I don't bet on horses, but if you bet on a horse, because I got friends in Kentucky, you can look at where is that horse stabled? Who are that horse's parents? Who's the jockey for the horse? What kind of food did they feed it? What kind of training did it go through? Et cetera, et cetera. And then you can decide, I think this one's a runner. I'm going to make my bet accordingly. That's kind of what you're doing when you're doing any sort of investment, really. But particularly with crypto, is you are looking at who's the team, who are the advisors, do they have the qualifications, does this product have a market use case, etc. Anyway, so one more that I wanted to get into real quick here. This is huge, guys. Who's a GVT fan? Genesis Vision. I know you guys know Snay is a huge GVT fan. So, first of all, GVT is up like 50%. I think it's only 30% for the day. Ready on the daily. So we hit that buy signal yesterday. Whoops. And to the tip of that wick, 37% gains, right? 37% gains in this market, crazy. Well, the reason why is because their platform actually is going to be going live on the 31st of October. So GVT will be launching, and traders will be able to trade on the platform by then, which we're all pretty excited about here in the Cryptosomniac community. So definitely want to let you guys know about that. And you know, again, just there is hope, guys. There's still money to be made in this market. It's just a matter of being able to see it coming and placing your bets on what you believe in. Anyway, all right, crypto will rise again. The pirate hat. I'll tell you what, man. If we get to $1 trillion market cap, I'll buy a damn pirate hat and I'll put an eye patch on the stream. We get to $1 trillion market cap, mark your calendars, put it down, and you guys can all come back and harangue me about it. But for sure, if we hit $1 trillion market cap, I'll wear a pirate hat on a stream and an eye patch. All right. ETH dug its own grave with scammy ICOs, says How I Made. That's a fair statement, right? But I mean, it's a new industry too, right? So again, that kind of goes back to the decentralized thing. Is there's really no way for Ethereum to control what gets launched on their platform. It's an open source code. If somebody wants to build something and they launch it on the platform. This is like, do you guys listen to, how many of you guys, in the chat right now, how many of you guys have read Andreas Antonopoulos' books? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. All I can think of is Mastering Bitcoin, which is not the one I'm talking about. The Internet of Money. How many of you guys have read The Internet of Money? Silence? None of you guys have read The Internet of Money? Well, first of all, this is advice. I highly recommend you go pick up a copy of The Internet of Money and read through some of his talks, because it will, first of all, give you a lot better perspective on what the real intrinsic value of Bitcoin is, and then additionally, it will give you a better idea of like what decentralization truly means to the masses. So yeah, decentralized does come at a cost, right? So part of what he's talking about, I guess the reason that I'm talking about this is part of what he talks about is that, the internet is the internet, right? So as long as I know how to code, I can launch an application on the internet and nobody can say I can't, right? As long I can pay for hosting, I can pay for development, or I can develop myself, I can put up a site and I can do whatever I want. Now I could get regulated out of business, I can go to prison for it, but I could still put it out into the market, right? So that's kind of what's happening with these decentralized platforms. Is it's going to enable a lot of good in the world, but unfortunately, there is that dark side to it, that there's no way to say that you can't have Nazi coin or whatever. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a fan of Nazis personally. I think they're terrible, and I don't really like the fact that they could possibly launch a way to fund their Fourth Reich or something like that. But there's nothing that can be done about it. The market would have to decide and just be like, we're not investing in this. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, right? I like the fully decentralized thing. I like the fact that you can't shut it down once it's on, right? I like that personally, but I'm also sort of a little idealistic, and I don't know if I'm falsely believe that the majority of people aren't just out to be bad actors. But unfortunately, I guess the bad actors always find the ways to capitalize on things that the good people are trying to do. So there is that. Anyway. Thoughts on Linda Coin. I am not in a position to give you thoughts on Linda Coin. I did take a look at that a long time ago, but I don't even remember what it is, to be honest with you. I know I read through the white paper, but it's been ages. So I'm not qualified to give you an opinion on that, unfortunately. I mean, I could chart it, maybe. Let's see. It's probably not on here. Linda. Didn't think so. Tell you what. I'll give you one more shot here. And let's see if Linda. No? Oh, look at that. All right. Ooh, I don't know about any of these exchanges. So that's my first problem, is I don't care for any of these exchanges that it's listed on here. Yeah, it looks like no one is using it. It looks like it has no volume, and it looks like there's no price action at all, other than just tiny moves. So I don't know, man. I wouldn't enter a position on this coin just based on the volume I see on this chart alone. I don't know anything about it, but that's my opinion on it. Sorry if I didn't have better info for you there. Yeah, I hope Nazis don't watch my stream too. Oh man. Yeah, I might have just put the bad juju out there, and they're like, we never thought of this. Great. What have I done? Okay, what's a book, says Sun King. Seriously, dude? Guys, Ty Lopez has them in his articles all the time. I don't read it. I didn't read it as a book. I read it in my Kindle app. So, it's pretty handy. You can, I mean, I don't have the problem where I can't read my phone screen or like read in cars or anything like that. But yeah, I think Internet of Money is worth a read. Maybe if you don't want to read both of them, but definitely the first one is worth a read. I guess that's what I was saying is it'll help you be able to explain why this stuff is important to the uninitiated, right? You guys all get it. You're already, obviously you understand why crypto is valuable, or at least have some idea why crypto is valuable. It's all of our job, all of us, me, you, all of us. It's all of our job to try to help people that don't know understand it a little bit better so they're less afraid of it, because with familiarity comes more likelihood of adoption, right? So I think the more savvy you are and the more intelligently you can articulate the value of what this stuff is, the better of an argument you're going to be able to present when your friends go, that's a scam, that's a Ponzi scheme, right? Anyway, all right, what else I think anybody, you guys got anything you want me to look at right now besides Linda Coin? Thoughts on Neo? Yeah, let's take a look at Neo. Where is it? There we go. Well, Neo kind of did what I thought it was going to do, right? I mean, like, so, hey guys, TA works. Look at this. Whoops. Excuse me. Yeah, TA works. Look at that. Blow this up a little bit. So this here, ascending wedge, generally indicates bearish, right? Got up to there, broke down, and you know, it's in the middle of another ascending wedge, which is bearish. I'm not super confident in that, and unfortunately, what do we see here? Downtrend and a pennant. You guys see what I'm seeing? It's at the end of a bearish movement. It's a pennant. I think that's going to break down further. How much further could Neo has been just taking a serious beating. I think it didn't help them when China, by and large, said that they were going to adopt Ethereum as their blockchain of choice rather than their local platform. I don't think that helped their case a lot. But this is a solid platform. I don't see any reason why it should not have solid projects launched on it, and why it should not be able to compete, if not replace, Ethereum. But that being said, yeah, I don't know. I'd be looking to set a. Honestly, realistically, I'd be setting a stop loss right now at about 27.74, and then I wouldn't be looking to re-enter a trade on that until. Oh, and look at that. Isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient? It lines up right according with the, oops, get out there. Yeah, right where that bounced off before. So I think this is our support line there. That's, this is, if it doesn't bounce off of this again, it's definitely going to break down, in my opinion. And again, with that pennant there at the end, or that wedge there at the end of bearish movement, that generally is a continuation pattern. I think that could break down more. So I don't know that I'd be looking to enter a trade there either. Again, what's your goal with it? Long-term accumulation? Then I'd be looking to enter my trades somewhere between that. Say like 2550 sats and 2650 sats. That's I'd be looking to pick up in that area. But again, I'd do that. I'd be very, very cautious. I would be very cautious, because if Bitcoin does go down to that 5800 level, 5400 level that we're targeting, then all the rest of the alts are going to take a beating along with it. So, all right. Let's see here. Thoughts on Neo. I thumbed through the Bible to see if there are any hints of Jesus. Zero Exchange. Okay, yeah. I'll look at ZRX. Sure. TA works when it works. When it doesn't, then what? Well, I mean, guys, it's not a crystal ball, right? Like if it was, we'd all be rich, and I would be off on a tropical island somewhere. But it can give you a pretty good insight into what is likely to happen. statistically, it's accurate. It's not perfect. It's not an oracle. It's not a crystal ball. I know that's what everybody wants. If I had it, I would already be a multimillionaire, and you know, I'd just be doing this for the love. We would do no sponsored ICO review videos, and I'd just talk about I would probably just rant more. But that's not where I'm at. I'm here, and I'm still in the trenches trading. Any thoughts on Track? I love Track. I do. I love Track. I love those guys. They're super cool. Tomas and Giga, very cool guys. Really enjoyed the interview I did with them. Anyways, that's not what you were asking about. We are looking at Zero Exchange. Oh, man. Well, so here's what I see, right? This is way back. I don't know if you guys have been watching this channel for a little while. I saw this descending wedge. My play worked, but then it broke down again and has, you know, what was before the resistance downtrend line became the support trend line as it bounced off. Boom, boom. But it has since broken that and is now hitting the support trend line for the downtrend, and it's bouncing off. And guys, I see exactly the same thing here. Do I need to draw this, or can you guys see it? Can you see it? This is stuff that you do this enough, you just start to see it without the trend lines. But to help you out, see it? What do we see? Bearish, bearish, bearish. Pennant. I think that's going to break down again more. So I would not be entering a position on that, and I would be waiting. Now, I will say this. I think that this coin has a lot of potential in the long term. I think that if Coinbase does launch a DEX, that they are going to use the Zero Exchange coin. That is just my feeling. But again, that's just purely based on the information that they were supporting it, and why else would they pick up another exchange token? So I think it potentially has some upside to the future, but in the near term, that's one I would just let bleed. All right, let's see. Any more roundtable discussion? Yes. Yes, we're going to do another episode of Trader Talk next Monday. So we just actually, while I got you guys here and you're paying attention, I will not be on. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah. So I'll be on again tomorrow, and then I'm not going to be on, not like this, on Thursday or Friday or Saturday, and that's because I'm going to be at Block World, and I'm going to be speaking on a panel at the Litecoin Summit, which I'm so pumped that they invited me to do this. I'm speaking on a panel about using using social media to drive mainstream adoption. As you guys know, if you watch the channel, that is a topic that is near and dear to my heart, and I was honored that they chose me to speak on that panel. Speaking of which, if you guys are interested in, it, I will post the link. You can get 20% off a ticket if you are planning to go and you haven't got one yet. This is in San Francisco, but you can get 20% off a ticket as my courtesy to you. I would love to see you in the crowd, and I would love to meet you face to face, guys. Like, I've met a number of our supporters at conferences over this year, and it's great. I love meeting you guys. So anyway, yeah, let's see. Am I holding any alts or only BTC and dollar? No, I am. I'm definitely holding alts, guys. I've got Monero. I've still got some Lisk. I've still got some Cardano. Monero, obviously, Monero. I still got Ethereum. I still got a little bit of Litecoin, and just an assortment of other little ones that I think, I'm long on Power Ledger. I think Power Ledger is awesome. I think it's got an actual use case. It's got a working product, and they're making American partnerships now. They're already all over the Asian Pacific, Australia area. So I think. Will I do it like? Yes, I will, but I've been warned that he might punch me in the mouth. I don't know if that was a joke or not, so it might be funny. Maybe if I stream, he won't punch me. Anyway, all right, let's see. What else do we got? Wow, you guys, I was going to wrap this up. So we're getting long. So I'll tell you what, I will answer a couple more questions real quick, and then we'll close it out. So Alex, just so you know, huge Track fan. You can see my interview of them if you scroll back maybe 2 months on the channel. I interviewed Tomas and Ziga. They're awesome. In fact, I got an Origin Trail t-shirt and I wear it around. That's how much I like them. All right, so will you use GUSD over USDT or Tether. I tell you this, no, I wouldn't take it over USDT, but I don't trade on Gemini. I have a Gemini account, but I don't ever use it. So, but I'm not opposed to it. I think, I mean, honestly, I'm a firm believer that the Winklevoss twins truly are bullish on Bitcoin. I don't think they're trying to do any shenanigans to manipulate the market. I think they really believe, and so I would have a little more comfort being holding their stablecoin than I would Tether, because Tether won't let anybody come out at them. That's just my feeling on it. All right, so yes, Ryan, so back to that topic. Next Monday we're going to do another trader talk, so if you guys really enjoyed that, again, it probably popped up a little thing in the corner to show it to you if you haven't seen it yet, but we just roundtable, talk about topics. It's not a TA session like this. We are just actually talking about where we see the market heading, recent events in the news, stuff like that. So we got really good response on it last time, and we want to make it a regular thing. We did a private one for just the Moon Lounge last week, and next week we're going to do another one publicly on the channel for you guys. And in fact, not only is that going to become a regular occurrence, we're going to start having guest appearances from other channels as well. So all in the works, slowly developing, a lot of stuff going on. Hard to handle everything by myself. So anyways, am I holding these alts till the market bleeds? For the ones that I am holding on, I'm letting them bleed. Yeah, you know, I will let them bleed to a certain point, and because, you know, I got in on a lot of these things stupid cheap, like either at or immediately after ICO. So you know, I'm still by and large up on a lot of it. I'll stop out when I've, you know, returned to my initial investment. I'm not going to lose my shirt over it. All right, so will you do a Litecoin special? Read that already. Too scared to sell now and wait for a dip. It's very risky. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the real risk we're coming to now, is like, when is the bottom in? It could be any time now, right? I mean, we've got huge support at 6K. I do think it's going down below 6K, but I mean, they've had a very hard time beating the market down below that. The bulls or the bears have. So we'll see. We'll see. Hurricane Florence is going to take out North Carolina this week. Good God. Well, that is a shame for North Carolina. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that's going to be about it for me today, guys. You know, I would love to sit here and chart coins for you all day long, but you're just going to have to come back tomorrow. In the meantime, let's do a crypto giveaway, huh? Actually, you know what? God damn it, I'm not prepped for it. I didn't bring anything up, so I don't want to make it too difficult. I will do a crypto giveaway tomorrow, and I will do that. In fact, yeah, guys, if you want to just do me out of the kindness of your own heart, if you give me a like and a share on Facebook, if you give me a retweet on Twitter, and you know, smash that thumbs up over on YouTube, leave me a comment below. I will take the entrance from my last video that I was on and the entrance from tomorrow, and we'll do the crypto giveaway tomorrow. So anyway, I just want to make sure I've got everybody included, and nobody else ever does the crypto giveaways besides me, so I can't give them away on Snae's video, etc. Anyways, guys, I hope this has been great. Smash that thumbs up. Really appreciate all of you guys. Really, I do. Honestly, guys, I love doing this for a job, and you know, I try to provide the best content I can for you guys. So super grateful for all of you. Thank you very much, the Cryptosomniac community. Come on over and join us in the advantage. We would love to have you. Till then, this is Jason, the Cryptosomniac. Keep your stop losses tight. I'm out of here. Guys, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Monarch Token. Monarch is an all-in-one payment platform for merchants, consumers, and investors. The wallet is live now for Mac and PC, and also available for iOS on the App Store. Find out more about their ongoing private sale and upcoming token sale at monarchtoken.io.